life expectancy has been going up fairly dramatically in the last 150 years. Let's take a look at that. I'm Dr. Stephen Schimpff, and this is a series that I'm calling Aging Gracefully. Take a look at this chart. You can see that life expectancy for the last 2,000 years has been really the same, flat, and then sometime right after the Civil War it started to go up very dramatically. Things like better care, but particularly sanitation, sanitary sewers, a safe water system, pasteurization of milk, and then came vaccinations. Only more recently things like antibiotics and better surgery and certain medications. But certainly it's going up. And if you look at that graph, it looks like it's going to just keep going up. But will it? A lot of people think that probably the max is around 120 years. But we'll come back to that at a later time. Let's look at how lifespan varies, though, within a certain area. We'll take Baltimore City. From the Centers for Disease Control comes this graph, and the average is right in the middle there. If you look off to the left, sorry, let's go to the right first, the high point, that's in an area of Baltimore where if you're born there, you're probably white, you're probably relatively well off, and you'll probably live into your 80s. On the other hand, the other side of the graph, if you're born in that part of Baltimore City, you're probably black, you're probably socioeconomically deprived, or at least in a lower bracket, and your chance of living a long time is much depressed. So things vary within just a couple miles of each other. And we ought to look at the causes of death. Why do we die? This is a chart from the New England Journal of Medicine a few years ago, and it shows on your left the diseases people died of back in 1900. And if you look at the bottom, the three largest boxes, they were all infectious diseases: pneumonia, tuberculosis, typhoid fever. Today, the graph toward the right, the most common causes of death are not infection at all, but chronic illnesses: heart disease, cancer, chronic lung disease, and strokes. So it's a big change, The thing is that these chronic diseases are largely due to our lifestyles. And we can change that and either prevent them or at least slow their development with some really basics. The things that we're doing wrong today are that as a society, we have relatively poor nutrition, a lot of processed and packaged foods, and we eat too much of it. We don't exercise enough, we're all chronically stressed, and 20% of us still smoke. So we have to deal with those, and we'll come back to them, but just to take a more positive approach for a moment, let's look at this poem from England about 100 years ago. Dust if you must. Dust if you must, but wouldn't it be better to paint a picture or write a letter, bake a cake or plant a seed, ponder the difference between want and need? Dust if you must, but bear in mind, old age will come and it's not kind. And when you go, and go you must, you yourself will make more dust. So let's do the positive things and put the negatives aside. And next time, let's look at the normal aging process.